Welcome, it's Michael Murray here at the Future of Digital Assets Conference in New York City. Jeremiah Desmarais from Advisorist joining us here. The last interview in a really interesting segment we've done this morning with a few different financial advisors from the Carolinas. We've had Tom Hignan, the 80 million different homes that he's been in, and all the financial investors that he's reached and taught them about optimal retirement, and several other interesting discussions as well. And now you're going to wrap us out here by talking about what you're doing at Advisorist and how important it is for financial advisors to get in front of younger investors and teach them about literacy. So take it away, introduce us to Advisorist. What exactly do you guys do and what's the journey been like?
Yeah, really simple. Our mission is to help today's financial advisor grow their practice while getting their life back. And we're adding this third component now, which is helping them communicate to younger investors in the way that they want to be communicated with. There was a study done recently that showed that our generation, Michael, millennials, Gen Z, Gen Y, are about to inherit $72 trillion from our parents and grandparents over the next 10 to 20 years. And most of us have no idea how to handle the money we're about to get. You know, and even another study that was shown on Forbes recently, only 42% feel comfortable managing this kind of money. And I think one thing that a lot of us don't even know about is the tax that we're going to be paying on whatever we decide to do with that money.
Absolutely.
So typically, financial advisors have been really hamstrung by compliance.
Yeah.
What can I say? What can I post? Even the messages they might be sending out via social media DMs have to be monitored and studied because of a lot of bad actors from the 80s and 90s.
Right.
So our mission has been helping financial advisors communicate in new, interesting, innovative, but also compliant ways to predictably grow their practices, retain clients, and also reach through their clients that might be in their 50s, 60s, and 70s and become relevant to their children and grandchildren.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, when you're talking about this relationship between advisors and this younger generation, a lot of the younger investing public from 20 to 30 to 35 may not think about advisors so much in the capacity of helping them grow their wealth and retire. So, you know, from your perspective, what is it about the financial advisors that's so important to these younger investors' journey and helping them optimize their money?
Yeah, I think very simply, it's you can illustrate it like going on a hike at night. My wife and I love to hike, but whenever we hike at night, we always bring a flashlight. Why? Because we don't want to stumble over a branch, a tree stump. Right. We want to see where we're going. And for a lot of areas in our life, we need that flashlight to tell us, just be aware that this is what's coming up.
Yeah.
Because if you've never worked with a lot of money before as a younger generation, you're going to inherit a lot of new problems. You know, I reference Biggie Smalls, more money, more problems, right? That's about to happen, you know, to a lot of us. And it happened to me, actually, when my business started to really grow. I had a whole new set of problems I was not prepared for. All I was trying to do was make some money.
Yeah.
And then when I really started hitting it, it was a whole new set of issues. I had a whole new set of advisors I needed, and actually went on like a 10-year journey to find the right kinds of people. Well, I actually lost a lot of money in 10 years by not having the right people from the start.
Right.
So I would hate to see, you know, anybody my age or younger inherit money and make a lot of the same mistakes I did. So I think the message we want to share today is that while you might be going to TikTok, while you might be going to Facebook to get your financial news, just be careful because not a lot of it is actually accurate. There's there's some great influencers on TikTok and on Facebook and on Instagram, but there's a lot of misinformation. And you follow one piece of advice that was given about a 401k or about how to use stocks or a tax strategy, and you misuse that, you could be actually doing yourself a lot of damage. So I think that we're going to see a new type of relevance of the financial advisor. We're actually seeing a lot of advisors now use social media platforms to become influencers. One of them is a good friend, Benjamin Brandt. He's the number 2 ranked podcast on iTunes for retirement, and he used only podcasting to grow his practice. We have other advisors only using LinkedIn, other advisors who are building YouTube channels, like my friends who built Wealth Nation, Carmen and Darius Britt, who only talk about one aspect of wealth, which is whole life insurance.
Yeah.
You got Garrett Gunderson, who's got a great YouTube channel, who's teaching the strategies that the Rockefellers used 100 years ago, but are still relevant today, and why the Rockefellers kept their money and the Vanderbilts lost it.
Yeah.
It was simply because of one financial strategy at their core that is accessible to us today.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what financial advisors have dedicated their lives to. They get designations, they're regulated, they have CE credits they have to get every year. And I think that there's going to be a newfound respect after our generation might mess around with money, figure out we made a bunch of mistakes. The thing is, we don't want to deal with our parents' advisors. 66% of people who receive money from their parents or grandparents actually fire their advisor.
Yeah.
And the problem is, that's the advisor's fault. They didn't do a good job building a relationship with the kids because they were just like, well, mom and dad have the money, or grandpa and grandma have the money. I'm just going to worry about them.
Think about the future. Yeah.
That's right. So that's part of our mission at Advisorist, is teaching financial advisors how to integrate the next generation.
For sure.
And make them part of the conversation, because we can avoid so much pain if we can all do this together.
Absolutely. So a final note here to the advisors, for one thing, but also to the retail investors. For advisors that want to work with you, what does the experience look like for you partnering up with them and helping them get that message to the younger investors? And what can you say to the investors that you're going to be helping put these messages from the advisors in front of about how they're going to help and how it's going to help their journeys?
That's a meta question. I love it. Okay, so the way Advisorist works with financial advisors, we have a series of group-based coaching programs. We have self-paced coaching programs. We have books, resources, free trainings. Just go to advisorist.com and you can learn. We also do a free weekly class, which has over 7,000 financial advisors registered, called the Virtual Advisor Power Hour. If you go to virtualadvisorph.com, self-promotion, virtualadvisorph.com, you can just sign up and join us every Wednesday and be in a group, in a virtual room of other financial advisors trying to grow. And then the message for the younger generation is, be self-educated, do the research you're doing, and consider talking to somebody who's actually licensed and can put you on a path that has helped many other individuals before you do the same thing. I think it's a wealth of information. And here's the other thing too, you've interviewed one of our actual clients here today. There's a lot of room in this industry for Gen Z, Gen Y, millennials to become financial advisors who can speak exactly to the pains, problems, issues, joys, frustrations, goals that we all have. So
100%.
There's a big opportunity. This industry is going into a retirement phase where a lot of advisors are retiring. So this is a wonderful industry to be in. Most people who stay in this industry for at least 3 years will continue on for the rest of their careers, because there's nothing like helping somebody at a very deep level either plan for something related to money, save for something related to money, and have a sense of peace of mind. It's almost like a psychologist with a money doctor, all teamed up in one.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Jeremiah Desmarais from Advisorist. We want to thank you, for bringing the fantastic talent you did to this event. Great interviews and great insights from all of the advisors and the experts you had in the room. But thank you to you as well for being here at the event.
It's an honor. Thank you.